There was a time in this fair land when the railroad did not run, when the wild, majestic mountains stood alone against the sun. Long before the white man and long before the wheel, when the green, dark forest was too silent to be real.
Hey, it's a great day. Today is 107 on the PCT. Day 105, I left Snoqualmie Pass and headed up into the hills, heading north. Oh, that's new. PCT markers with a international flare. Making my way up from Snoqualmie Pass. Pretty steep climb. But yeah, it looks like I'm treated to one last look at Mount Rainier. I just came over the ridge out of Snoqualmie Pass. Welcome to the second half of the state of Washington on the PCT. Holy cow. It's really steep along the trail here, but the ground is covered in wildflowers all the way down to the valley floor. It's just so pretty. And if you fell off, you'd roll to the bottom, and at least it would smell nice as you were going down. You can see how they've cut the trail right here, just right into the side of the mountain. That's pretty much what traveling today has been like. Day 105 was a pretty rough day. A lot of loose rock, talus, and some pretty steep elevations on the trail. Only wound up doing 22 miles that day. Day 106, I had two huge ascents that day, which made the day pretty fun. Making my way up from the valley. Still got a bit to do, but this is a pretty view. I came from way down in the valley, around the bend there. Coming down the first ridge, looking over to the next ridge. Now I gotta go up that somehow. Don't know where, but I know it's gonna be steep. The valleys on this section of the PCT are cut narrow and deep, and because of that, the lakes down on the bottom are deep as well, and so the water is just a really dark blue. So I got over the second ridge, longer than the first, but doable, not too bad. But now it's pretty late in the day, and I'm losing the sun, and I've got another 2 miles before I get to my camp. So we'll see how it goes. Day 106 was another tough day, and wound up doing 25 miles that day. I was gonna video my campsite, but there were people there, and so I figured there wouldn't be anybody there. It was halfway down a ridge right next to a dry creek bed, so I didn't think anybody would be there, but sure enough, there were 5 other tents set up in that area. This part of the PCT is very popular with section hikers and weekenders, and so so I didn't film that. So today is day 107. What's special about today? Well, originally I thought this section of the PCT would take longer, although it's only 70 miles long from Snoqualmie Pass to Stevens Pass. It is known for some serious elevation gains and descents. Just to put that in perspective, going through Oregon, the typical elevation change per mile would be between 400 and 450. So that's either going up or going down. Every mile you go up 400, you go down 450, or 400 or go up 400. For this section, it's averaging just under 700 feet, either going up or going down per mile, so a lot steeper. So I had packed 4 days, a healthy 4 days worth of food for this 70-mile section. As it turns out, I'm trying to get to Stevens Pass by tonight. We'll see what happens, but that's what I'm trying to do. It's only 24 miles, and so hopefully I'll make it. But if I can, then that'll work out a lot better for my resupply strategy. So we'll see what happens. So I did make it to Stevens Pass on day 107 unexpectedly. I expected this section to take a little longer, but I was able to complete it in 3 days. Most thru hikers, when they hit Stevens Pass, they actually hitchhike 35 miles east to the Bavarian theme styled tourist town of Leavenworth. You know, take a 0, take 2, eat some schnitzel, drink some pills, sync Oompa music, and just have a really good time. It's a nice little town. But for me, I've actually lived in Germany, both as a child and as an adult. And so while I would enjoy spending some time, even in an imitation version of my Geburtsplatz, I wanted to stay focused in on my thru hike. So instead of 35 miles east, I went 14 miles west to the tiny town of Snoqualmie. It has a hotel there, the Cascadia Inn, which accepts hiker boxes for registered guests. That's a key phrase there. So I'm staying at the Cascadia Inn because my wife sent a box here. And they've got a cafe here. They've got a restaurant, a convenience store, pretty much all I need. So I got here a little late. So I'll be spending a little bit of tomorrow morning here, but I'll be back on the trail tomorrow and heading north to my last resupply point for the PCT in the tiny town of Stehekin. See you then.
There